Is this going? Yeah.
All right, guys, ready? Hello, all. My name is Daniel Fike, and it's truly an honor to be here today to introduce to you my former colleague and great friend. 9 years ago, I embarked on the career of a lifetime that had me truly more excited about anything I'd ever done in the working world before. I was hired by the St. Louis Cardinals as Vice President of Game Day Affairs. This means that I am in charge of the direction of all ball games played at the one and only Busch Stadium right here in St. Louis. This has been a career that I thoroughly enjoy and absolutely love. Why? Because it puts me in contact with so many successful people, and I get to work in an industry that is possibly one of the best examples of business success through strategy and teamwork, while to the public, it seems everything but that. Now, finding yourselves today at the annual St. Louis Success Luncheon and hearing from people in the sports industry has probably got you all confused. What are we doing up on the stage today? What do we have to tell you about success and what businesses can do? And, you know, I get it. The sports industry seems like a bunch of people that, sure, they have a talent, but they're way overpaid and their level of success is far from anything the people in the working world that start their own businesses do. I get that. First of all, tell me what the word manager means to you. The dictionary describes a manager as the person who has control or directs the business. If you would ask me, being in baseball, I'd give you that same definition, but I'd add a few things. First, I'd add that, well, the manager is the team's biggest cheerleader. If anybody wants the team to do good, it's the manager. If anybody puts in the extra hours and the extra effort to make that team do good, it's the manager. Why? Because I'd also add that if the manager carries the performance of the team on their shoulders, if the team's doing good, that manager is going to get rewarded. That manager is going to be the one that's giving them praise. But if the team's struggling, the manager is going to be the first one that they come to. I think that being a professional coach, a professional manager is a very strenuous occupation, very challenging, because it's as simple as this. You either win or you get fired. Now, this might seem easy to some of you because, well, managers can choose who their players are. We have stats. We know that you want Albert Pujols on your team. We know that you want Adam Wainwright on the mound. Well, managers don't always get to choose what players are on their team, but the expectation is always to win. Over many years, I'm sure if I asked you guys, what is your favorite coach, or just name me a coach, name me a professional manager, you could all name me a manager. Now, you might think of it because they were the manager or coach of your favorite sports team growing up. Maybe they're a flashy coach, maybe they're obscene, who knows? Everybody could name me a coach, that's the point. But why do you know these coaches? The only true reason why a coach gets remembered, why a coach gets put up on a pedestal, is because they're successful. This is how you know Vince Lombardi, John Wooden, George Steinbrenner, because of the sports dynasties that they win. After you learned about John Wooden's string of national basketball titles at UCLA, did you gain respect for what he taught in the classroom? You embraced his idea of the pyramid of success, and rightfully so, because he made it credible. He put his words into actions, and he proved that he might have known what he was talking about. I worked with a man just like this for the first 5 years of my budding career. A man who, according to his recently published book, One Last Strike, believed that the team he ran was just like running a business. He believed in running a successful business. He stressed the importance of team concept, game-to-game intensity, and an intense cohesion between staff and players, while winning 3 World Series titles over his 32-year tenure. He believed that part of a winning philosophy was that there's a win in every game you play. Regardless of what the scoreboard says, you just have to search for it and apply it. He called himself a player's manager, and at the end of every year, he would call in his veteran players for a meeting, and he would ask them, he'd say, do you want me back to lead you next year? Because if you don't want me back, I don't want to be back. Upon losing the 2006 World Series to this man and his ball team, fellow veteran manager Jim Leyland of the Detroit Tigers said, I have a sneaking suspicion that he is the best manager ever to be a part of this game. When he finally retired in 2011, upon winning his third World Series, I might add, he produced this quote. He said, "Just because you're down to your last strike, you're not out yet. You can always do more because you'll always have more at-bats to take, so never give up." And this is true in any sense you apply it. Ladies and gentlemen, it has truly been an honor for me to speak to you today on behalf of the St. Louis Great American Pastime. And I couldn't think of a better person to come address your luncheon on the points of success than my former colleague, still great friend, Major League Baseball Hall of Fame and former St. Louis Cardinals manager, Mr. Tony La Russa. Please welcome him now.